What's up, fourth grade? It's Friday. It's Mr. Way. We're back. We're going to answer those final two problems that I gave to you yesterday. And then we're going to be finished with division. Next week, we will go into our time, our time clock portion. And I'll have a couple worksheets that we'll be looking at over the videos on here. And I need you guys to be able to draw your face clocks at home and follow along with me with that. But let's go ahead and get through these last two problems. And then, like I said, we'll be done with division. So yesterday I gave you two problems that you needed to do for today. It was 5,854 divided by 5, and it was 8,202 divided by 4. And both of those problems I told you would have remainders. We had worked on remainders in class, so you're familiar with that. So with that being said, we'll move forward and I'll show you my work and the answers I came to. So right here, we have it's the 5,854 divided by 5. So we got here, and we had to see how many times can 5 go into 5. We said 1, because 1 times 5 equals 5. We put our 5 down, our subtraction sign, we subtracted 5 minus 5 equals 0. I have my drop down arrow, so we brought the 8 down. So we had to see how many times can 5 go into 8. We said 5 goes into 8 evenly one time. 1 times 5 equals 5. My subtraction sign, we subtracted 8 minus 5 equals 3. Then we have our drop down arrow. We brought the 5 down, which gives us 35. So we said, how many times can 5 go into 35 evenly? You know your 5 times table, so 7 times 5 is 35. We put our 7 up here, and we put our 35 down, our subtraction sign. 35 minus 35 equals 0. Have my drop down arrow again. We brought the 4 down, which gives us an answer of 4. So how many times can 5 go into 4? Since 5 is larger than 4, it can't go into 4, so we put the 0. 0 times 5 equals 0. We subtracted, it gave us 4 with the remainder of 4. So our answer came out to 1,170 with a remainder of 4. Everybody see how we did that? Hope you're following along. I'm put it up here again so you can see it. You can write it down and use it as a go by, or watch the video again to help you. If you have in the future, you're going to have division problems with remainders. All right, moving on to number 10. We got 8,202 divided by 4. We had to see how many times can 4 go into 8 evenly. Knowing our 2 times tables and our 4 times tables, we know 2 times 4 equals 8. We put our 2 up here. We put our 8 down, subtraction sign. 8 minus 8 equals 0. We have our drop down arrow. We brought our 2 down, so now we have 2. So how many times can 4 go into 2? With 4 being the larger number, it can't go into 2 at all. So we had to put 0. 0 times 4 equals 0. We have our subtraction symbol, and we subtracted 2 minus 0 equals 2. We have our drop down arrow. We brought our 0 down, so now we have 20. How many times can 4 go evenly into 20? We know our 4 and our 5 times table, so we said 5, because 5 times 4 equals 20. We put our 20 down, subtraction sign. We subtracted 20 minus 20 equals 0. We have our last drop down arrow. We brought our 2 down, which gives us 2. And we said, how many times can 4 go into 2? Again, 4 is a larger number, so it can't go into 2. So we said 0, so 0 times 4 equals 0. We subtracted 2 minus 0 equals 2. So we have a remainder of 2. So the final answer was 2,050 with a remainder of 2. And I'll show you that again so you can see it. And these problems right here will conclude our division problems for the week. And like I said, next week we'll be going into time with an analog clock, not the digital clock. We will be using the face clock to be able to tell time. So we're going to start on that next week. It's Friday. If, like I said, if you have to go outside, make sure you're covered, wear your mask. We're trying to stay corona free, and we want to be able to see everybody at the end of school when you come to pick up your personal items and things like that. We'll all be there, so we will see you at that time. Have a fun holiday weekend. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend. Have fun with your family and friends. And again, stay safe, cover up, corona free.